he's running water in the background, which is probably loud, but whatever. We're living in this house. Thank you, Suli, for recognizing that there's life. There's life in this house throughout the day as we do our talks. But there could be quiet life in the background, right? We don't have to be loud in the background. We can be quiet so as not to disturb our mother, right? Right, yeah. Good morning, good day. Good day. It's a beautiful day. Today is beautiful in my mind and outside. It is beautiful, sunshiny day. And I've always thought that I liked the summer best. And now I'm starting to think this fall weather is pretty nice. Cool breeze, not too cold though. I don't have to have my scarf and hat on yet. As a matter of fact, I was outside today in just this t-shirt. Good morning, Tobiah. Good morning, Suli. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So y'all know what we're about to talk about today. What a show. So I debated whether I was going to watch the debate yesterday. I thought about it. Do I need this stress in my life? I'm stressed enough. Do I need additional stress from watching this show? We were only 2 minutes in before I was like, oh my God, 2 minutes. Opening remarks. Pull your hair back out of your face so people can see you if you want to come. You can't come with your hair hanging all down.
Good morning. Okay, it was a battle of the races. White versus the orange.
Oh, yeah. HM was commenting about, oh my God, Ellen. Good morning, Ellen.
Who?
Ellen, Miss Ellen Sweets. Good morning.
Who's that?
It's one of Mimi's friends that I met.
For a second, I was like, wait, does she mean Ellen from the Ellen Show?
Yeah, it's Ellen from the Ellen Show. Oh my God. Anyway,
Really?
No, honey. I was really, really, really almost not going to watch it. And you all know I was knitting while I was watching the show, right? Why did I mess up every stitch that I did while watching the show? Why did I have to take apart about 10 rows of my knitting?
Mom,
because those folks got me all worked up.
Mom, weren't you taking stuff apart before?
Yeah, but not to that extent.
Oh.
I have never been so embarrassed. I felt all sorts of emotions. I hate him. I really do. Yes, Suli. But I really laughed. I was in hysterics. Good morning, Karen. I was in hysterics throughout the whole thing. But laughing at the sadness, really, I don't even know how to put it to words. Just laughing at how in this world do we, the most powerful country,
currently,
how do we have a 5-year-old child running our country? How do we have someone that says, yes, I agree to the rules of the debate, and yet I'm still going to sit over here and make comments every single time it's someone else's time to talk? I refuse to watch the circus. I'd rather read the comments and go from there. But you know what, Tobiah? I honestly did get a good laugh out of this circus. I got a good laugh out of it. I'm glad that I decided to watch it. But just followed by that good laugh, right, is the realization that there are millions of people in this country who support that type of person. And I was on narcissistic behavior came through clearly. Exactly, Suli. I was on a feed afterwards. A friend of mine posted something, and she said she was commenting about Obama. I mean, look, I got Obama in my life. Like, give me Obama back. My 5-year-olds were smarter than that. Right. But your 5-year-olds did throw tantrums, Mom. We would, we probably did throw our little fits. But he's not listening to me. Yeah, he needs professional help. But the sad part is we all recognize that. And there are far too many people who don't. And or on the feed, on my friend's feed, one of her friends said he's voting on policy, not personality. He's voting on policy, not personality. So let's take it away from the presidency. So Professor Steve, I won't say Steve, Professor Mark raped 5 of his students. He's a bomb-ass professor. Lots of his students have gone on to be top world-renowned scientists, Nobel Peace Prize winners. Professor Mark is the bomb-ass teacher.
Who's Professor Mark?
Make-believe person. Bomb-ass teacher. But he raped 5 of his students. Professor Smith, crappy teacher, didn't rape any of his students. I won't say crappy teacher, not the best teacher, but not the worst teacher. Are we going to go with Professor Mark because at least he's producing Nobel Peace Prize winners? Because at least his students are graduating top of their class with honors? We're going to go with Professor Mark? Even though he raped 5 of his students, beat his wife, and killed somebody? We're going to go with that because we're not going to worry about his personality. We are only going to vote. We're only going to ask him to be the teacher because of his teaching, not what he does when he leaves the classroom. Although everybody looking at him in the academic world is going to be looking at him, his total picture, not just a part of the picture. Right. So we are still supposed to go to church where priests tape little boys because they were caring priests. Right. Right. Because they gave a good sermon on Sunday. Raped. I'm sure you meant raped. No, your character is not independent from the other aspects of your life, especially when you are in this type of position of power. You don't get to separate your practice, your personality, your policy. You don't get to separate all that. And whose personality doesn't feed their policy? Whose personality doesn't have a direct effect on the policies that they come up with, that they push to implement, that they support? For somebody to say, I'm voting policy, not personality. All right, so let's think about that. So his policy is not to denounce white supremacy. You voting for that policy? That's not personality, that's policy. He has not one time denounced white supremacy. That's policy. But it's easy for you to say, no, well, that's his personality. No. Vote for his policy then. Look at his policy. Look at what he has done. Look at the fact that right now, our country is in turmoil. Economically, medically, health-wise, right? Socially, justice. I mean, come on. What policy are you looking at? My conservative values. Really, what conservative value is he supporting? Because if the conservative value, fiscal responsibility, okay, fine. So push for fiscal responsibility. Regardless of who is in the White House, there always should be fiscal responsibility, right? Exactly. Voting for money. That's all you're doing. And you done sold your dang soul to the devil. The church is guilty of more crimes. Okay, stop. Son, you came to the table beautifully the other day. But coming to the table like this, not appropriate. Do you see me up on top of the camera like that? Do you see me all like this?
I'm right here.
Do you see me doing that?
No.
Okay, so if you want to come to the table, I know you have a lot to say. You sat and watched the debate with us too. Then come to the table in an appropriate way. Step back, stoop down so people can see you. There you go. The hair out of your face. What's your comment?
I forgot.
Okay, now go back. When you're ready to come back the right way, then you come back. Plus, what has he really done for us lately? And how many folks have died because he has no policy regarding COVID-19?
Oh, right. Now I remember.
Right. A solid comment, not a joke.
All right.
Come on. What?
right now, a lot of foreign people see us as the fat country. Yeah. After this, they're going to see us as the country that never wears a mask.
That's true. That we're the stupid people. We will cause more harm to ourselves because of our individual freedoms. You're free to wear a mask. You are free to decide that wearing a mask is the best thing for you to do. And then he gets up there talking about, oh, I believe in masks. Masks are great when they're necessary. Really? When did you start believing in masks? Today? Yesterday? Today years old, right? He was today years old when he realized that masks are important for fighting this pandemic. My mother and I were talking a little bit before. My neighbor told me that he was voting for the lesser of two evils when he voted for 45. So the question is, do you, okay, look, I realized the other day that I do my hand like this all the time. And then I was looking at my video and I'm like, wait, that looks like some white supremacist stuff. Y'all know I'm not a white supremacist. I just got long fingers. I'm gonna have to stop doing like that. Okay. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say. What is wrong with you that you think Trump is the lesser of two evils? What is wrong with you that you think Trump is the lesser of two evils? And people say, oh, he didn't denounce white supremacy, right? Because when he was asked to do it, he didn't do it.
Wait, was that
so let me say this.
Excuse me, Mom?
Yes. So let me say this. When your parents tell you, say sorry, or you're not going to be able to go outside and play. You say sorry, but do you mean it? Does the other kid that is receiving the sorry think that you meant it? No, they know you didn't mean it, and everybody around knows you did not mean sorry. Trump did not say, yeah, I can denounce white supremacy. I don't stand with it. I don't stand for it. I don't support it. And you know, white supremacy is terrorism. If someone says, do you agree with this?
Well, Mom,
and you say, sure, I can you not agree with this? Sure, I cannot agree with this. All right, well, what do you want me to say?
Excuse me,
Give me the words. Give me the words to use to say to everybody. Trump was asking for someone to give him the words to say. At what point would anybody believe that those were his words, or that he actually believed the words, and that he really was wholeheartedly, fully denouncing? No, he's just repeating. And people are upset that he said stand down and stand by, and I understand why. But the moderator asked him, can you tell Proud Boys to stand down? He did ask him to say that. The moderator did say those exact words. Okay, so Trump didn't say stand down. He said stand back, stand by. Y'all be ready. Be ready. And every person with any amount of sense would see it that way. But the sad part is, how many of us have no sense? How many of us are getting online today talking about how it was a shit show and that neither of the two allowed the other to speak? Really? Let me get to some of these comments. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to your comments. Good morning, Jana. Good morning, Susanna. Good morning, Mickey Neal. Mickey, yeah. Good morning. Thank you, Susanna, for joining. Neither Agent Orange nor any of his administration have a clue about Trump's public policies. That there aren't. Right. No, the policy is white supremacy. So if you're telling me you're voting for his policy, then there you go. That's the policy, is white supremacy. That's the only thing he's really shown us. Okay. If he says that, let's say some policies are in alignment with your values, pro-choice, for example. But what about all the things he says about women, other races, minorities? He has made it clear where he stands. His character shows us exactly who he is.
Mom?
Exactly who he is, and his positions call for a higher standard. He doesn't meet it. Kick him out. Right. You can't be a one-issue voter. You can't. You cannot say, okay, well, he stands for abortion rights, or he doesn't. He's pro-life. He's against abortion. He's pro-life. So therefore, I'm going to vote him in. Now, he's against abortion. He's pro-life. I'm going to vote him in. He's going to kill all the Mexicans, kill all the black folks. He's going to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. He's going to take away all of our medical care. He's going to take away women's rights. But he's against abortion. That statement from my neighbor told me who he is. So I never turn my back on him. I know what racism looks like from experience. Right. Maya. Folks don't even know. Yeah, when people show you what they are, who they are, what they are, believe them. Everybody is up in arms because he didn't denounce white supremacy. Really, you need him to say it now. I wouldn't believe it now anyway. None of his practices, none of his policies have supported anything but agreeing. And tell me why you are the president of the United States of America, and you don't know the name of any white supremacist group, but you can fix your lips to name every anti-oppression group out there. Anti-oppression. But you don't know the name of not one white supremacist group. So maybe you don't. But then you are further failing in your responsibility as the leader of this country, because you should know about every issue that is affecting this country, at least a little bit. But don't tell, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Who give me a name? I don't need to give you a name, man. Pick one out your head. You should already know the names. You got Antifa on your mind, which is not an organization. You got Antifa on your mind. You got Black Lives Matter on your mind. Why is that the only thing on your mind? Why are you only focusing one-sided? And climate change. Cali is burning because we haven't wrecked the dang forest. You know, y'all need to get out there, clean up your forest floor. That's what you need to do. I'm going to register and purchase firearms this week, Jasmine. I don't need him to condemn it because his actions always showed otherwise. You all raised me that it's not okay what you say, it's what you do. Exactly. That's fine.
Water in here.
That's exactly right, Jasmine. Exactly right. Good morning, Steve. Oh, that's you. So that's the point. So everybody's on TV talking about he didn't denounce it. So he hasn't. In 3.5 years, he has not denounced it. So don't get on there with your lip service now. That's lip service. I don't want lip service. I want actions. My mother and I were talking about how Biden, my famous quote of the night was, "Will you shut up, man?" I loved it. My mother doesn't like that. She didn't like it. She wished that he would have stayed up on that high road, that he would not have sunk to Trump's name calling, badgering, whatever, right? Yeah, poll watchers sound like voter intimidation. Exactly. And he said poll watcher like that was the thing to be. Like that was absolutely okay. And they turned him away. Yeah, you're not working. If you're working the polls, those folks working the polls are watching the polls. That is their responsibility to watch to make sure that everything goes the way it's supposed to go. I don't need you coming out here and watching me go in to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do and I don't do anything extra. That's not your job. You don't get to be a poll watcher. Who's going to be the poll watcher? How about that's what we need? I'm going to need a poll watcher. That's what we need out of these polls. I totally agree with you, Kai. A president should know every terrorist group in the U.S. and beyond. Right. Never forget that he said in 1998 that if he ran for president, he would do it as a Republican because they are stupid and will follow anyone. I don't either. I was hoping he'd just ignore him. I don't think so. Suli, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told my mom. He could not ignore him. In my opinion. Now everybody has a different opinion. People. Good morning, afternoon. Good morning, Kathleen. Kathy. I told it. Oh, I read that. This is the thing. Had he just ignored Trump would have commandeered the whole night, the whole stage, the mic for the whole time, and would have just run on at the mouth the whole time. Had he just ignored Trump, he would have been seen as weak. Not by us, not by me, not by you, not by those of us who are already supporting him. But Trump is a bully. And you don't get over a bully. You don't get a bully to stop bullying by just sitting there quietly. When I was in school, there was a bully who used to threaten to beat me up every day. Every day. I told y'all this story. I think some of you haven't heard it because you weren't on here. Yes, the president should know the Constitution. Exactly. Good morning, Susan. Good morning. When I was in school, there was a bully at the bus stop every day, used to threaten to beat me up every day. I was scared of her too, little bitty short fat chick, right? I was scared of her because she was a fighter. I didn't fight. At that point, I had stopped fighting. One day I'm coming out of the candy store, running towards the bus, and I hear my sister saying, go ahead. You gonna hit her then. Do it. Go ahead and hit her. And I'm like, why is my sister trying to get me beat up? But my sister was calling the bully out. Fine. This is what you want to do? Let's go at it. You don't stop the bully by ignoring the bully. My son on the playground, the bullies used to mess with him all the time. And every day, and the teachers would tell the bully you don't like it. Ignore the bully. You don't stop the bully by ignoring them. Sometimes you got to punch the damn bully in the mouth. Sometimes you have to swing your bat. That's the problem. You can take the high road, but those people who support him will never see that you're on the high road. They will see you as a weakling. And those that already support you know you're not a weakling because we all up here on the high road. But every now and then, you got to take your earrings off, take your shoes off, and go meet somebody where they are. Every now and again. Now, I know that's not the standard teachings. No, I disagree. That was the moderator's job. He could have said it differently. That's my opinion. Trump wanted a reaction. I liked his reaction. I liked it because I liked his reaction for the fact that Biden speaks to the common person. And there are people who needed to hear Biden say that. Now, I liked his reaction also because it's real. I liked his reaction because it wasn't excited. It was more exasperation. It was more like, okay, could you just shut up? I think the moderator should have done a better job. I think the moderator should have controlled Trump, and Biden should have never had to say anything. Biden should have never been as exasperated as he was. Kathy says, I still applaud Biden for keeping his temper when Trump started slandering his son. Right. Trump was trying so hard to get Joe to come down to exactly. Suli says, I beat up the bully who beat my sister, and a whole decade later drove up to my brother's bully's house and offered to beat the boy if the father did. See, that's what I'm saying. Good morning, Chelsea Mack. That's what I'm saying, Suli. That's what I'm saying. I understand the need to stay high. I understand that. But when you are on this high road and folks don't know, look, I have my Proverbs 15:1 on my board, a soft word. Look, I can't even read it that far. Turns away wrath. A soft word turns away wrath, blah, 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 right? There's lots of people who won't recognize that you're just giving them soft words, that you are taking the high road. Tobias says, I beat the bully in front of his mother. He didn't bully me or anyone again. That's what I'm saying. Trump used the debate as a platform to make a direct request to the armed far right. Exactly. And what we saw was a fight. Right? But Suli, we've seen the future president as the vice president. We've seen him. And unfortunately, right now, we need somebody to just knock Trump's supporters in the head. Biden said a few things that brought him back into this is the modern commoner's guide. This is the commoner's president, right? This is not the elite's president. This is the commoner's president. You would have been fine with Biden not saying, would you shut up, man? You would have been fine with him not calling him a clown. You would have been fine with that. And I don't mean that in any negative way. I would have been fine with it too. I would have been fine with it too. And I would have been fine with him, Mom, coming up with a more eloquent way of telling him to shut up. I would have been fine with that as well. However, I think that there are those of us, the whole populace, that needs to see what he did, needs to see him as the commoner's president. When you're talking to people who are in the backwoods of Alabama or Mississippi or Wisconsin or Connecticut or whatever, when you're talking to that lower, sorry, I had to say it this way, but that lower class or lower rung of people, they need to hear exactly what Biden said. Those of them that are still on the fence, those of them who don't understand that Biden will fight for them, needed to see Biden fight. That's my opinion. So I get it. I agree and disagree. Like I'm happy he said it, and I would have been fine if he didn't. I would have been fine if he did it in a more eloquent way. But if he did it in a more eloquent way, that puts him up there as elitist, right? Not for you or me, but for some people. We don't need the commoner's president, to be seen as an elitist. We need to see the commoner's president fighting for the commoner. I liked how he spoke to the people. I like how he, now some of he doesn't know how to do that. Some of those little side jabs. Come on, man, leave that alone. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the little side jabs. I don't have a problem with could you just shut up? Could you really just shut up? But I'm really saddened with the moderator not taking better control. And somebody on my feed was commenting that they need to have a mic switch. Turn the mic off. Let him be up there running his mouth to a mic that's not live, okay? Switch the mic off. Your 2 minutes are up, mic off. Because sometimes I swear those 2 minutes were like 5. And then other times it's 30 seconds. And by the time you got somebody constantly, throwing in jabs, throwing in jabs, how can you get your thought out? He has no ability to control himself in any way. Right. We all agree at this table, right? The saddest thing to me is knowing that there are people out there who don't see it. What have we as a human race come to? If you can look at this man and be okay with him being your leader. I was feeling for his kids. Like, I would have been like, Daddy, you up there embarrassing the hell out of me. Can you just get it together? Come on, Mama, looks, please. Could you just not? What's with the whole damn family that nobody's pulling him to the side? Like, Daddy, for real? Come on. And sometimes I felt he was wearing dentures and they were going, and my boy was like, Mom, look at his face. It's getting oranger and oranger by the minute. Biden is old. Biden has issues. And it's hard to know that that's the best of what we have right now, is to offer up this old ass man to be our president. I'm not against Biden. I'm for Biden. But when the most that we have, the best that we have is Biden, there's nothing wrong with Biden. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Biden. Even Bernie, come on, man. Can we get a younger person in there? A more vibrant person in there? Can we do that? And the only reason I'm saying the best that we have with Biden is because I'm worried about Biden's health. I am. I'm worried about his health. I need him to make it through the election and the presidency. But if he wins and Kamala is vice president, it's okay. If something happens to Biden, we got Kamala, that's fine. But I need him to make it through this race. I need him to follow it all the way through. So please keep your health together, sir. Yeah, the kids are scared of him. Yes, sir.
May I have some juice?
See, this is when you get off topic. Good morning. Wish I could stay, but going to meet a friend for lunch. Have a great day, Susan. Have a great day. Enjoy outside. Thank you with your mask when yeah, we know. Anyway, we have a fight They needed a woman. They needed a woman. They needed a black woman up there. Like, look, did I say shut up? Look, if Biden didn't tell you to shut up, I'm gonna tell you to shut up. Y'all want to bring low class debate? Okay, fine, no problem. Let's get us a low class moderator. Like, excuse me, sir. Barack broke the presidential age mode at 50. Oh my goodness, guys, we have a fight ahead of us. We do have a fight ahead of us, and honestly, I'm not hopeful. I'm prayerful, but I'm sickened, really sickened. I see Steve. Thank you, because this is just some old men up there, right? I'm really sickened, and I'm really sickened by how by knowing that there are millions of people that support that foolishness and don't see it as foolishness. That's the scarier part. Don't see it as foolishness at all. That's the sad situation that we are in as a country. The people that you go into the grocery store with, the people that you living next to, your neighbors, they think like him. They think like people who support him. This maybe is the most powerful country at this point, but we're not worthy of it, honestly. With that type of leadership, we're not worthy of that. We are not the standard. I'm sorry, but we are not. I'm not even sorry about that. At one point, I did believe that we were a fantastic standard. I still appreciated other countries and their practices, policies, and culture, absolutely. But I did respect our own standard. I don't now at all. I don't. We can't have another 4 years of Trump. Encourage the ones you know to vote. Right. We can't. And the ones that I know are voting. It's these other ones. And I have. We all need to reach out to the ones that we know. Encourage them to vote. Encourage them to vote the right way. Encourage them to understand how their Trump vote affects them, right? You, the neighborhood, the state, the country, the world. I mean, it's a shit show, y'all. It's a shit show. I'm prayerful that we won't have 4 more years of a shit show. This country, I don't think can stand 4 more years of a shit show. We'll be going back to England talking about take us back. Like in Hamilton, you'll be back. It may have taken us a couple hundred years, but we back. I know people who aren't registered to vote. Now, see, we need to get those people registered and registered the right way and get them voting. I got my ballot in the mail yesterday. I'm about to fill my ballot out. I need to talk to some of the Maryland folks. I don't know anything about the rest of these people. I need to do a little research, but I know I'm getting my presidential ballot in within the next week. I'm turning that sucker in. But there are some states that are not allowing a ballot count until election day. Anyway, guys, we look, the shit show just started. I mean, no, it didn't just start. We've been in a shit show. This is the grand finale of shit show, okay? So get your big girl draws, your big boy draws. Grab your knitting, grab your tea, grab your drink. Grab your Bible, get whatever you need to provide you the support that you need to get through this mess, but you need to you need to go through this with a fight, fighting the fight. Non-white people who vote for him, they think they will get a pass. Man, non-white people who vote for him are voting against their own interests. And it's a shame that this is what it is. We go through this every 4 years. We're talking, we say, oh, well, we don't want a 2-party system, blah, 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 blah. Well, we need to do the work to fight that in between election cycles, not in the election cycle, especially when we don't have good on both sides running. If there were good on both sides running, fine. Let the best candidate win. But we got good versus evil. This is not the lesser of 2 evils. This is really, literally good versus evil. Anyway, guys, I feel good today. I hope you feel good today. I watched the debate. My son got involved in the debate. We were up late. We'll watch it again. We'll be as involved as we can. I actually was thinking about volunteering to go work at the polls. I got to think about that a little further because coronavirus is still real. That shit show started a long time ago now. We all have... Steve, you're so nasty. I can't even read that out loud. You're so nasty. Oh, you messing with my mind right now, Steve. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful... I agree with you, though. You guys have a wonderful, glorious day. Thank you again for joining me here at noon, my time, 10, noon, 11, 9. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for helping me to release. We need to release as much as we can so that we can take on this fight. We can keep fighting this fight so that we can fight against this bully and all of the bullies that support him. And I wish that when the question came up, this is the last thing I'm going to say, I wish that when the question came up about nominating the Supreme Court justice, I wish that in Biden's response, he would have called the hypocrisy out. Because when Obama did it, the Senate would not even consider the nomination. And now all of a sudden it's my job to do it. I got to do it. That's the job I have. Right. But you didn't respect that when it was Obama's job. Anyway, have a wonderful, glorious day, guys. These are the times. And we just have to make our way through it, supporting each other and praying and praying and praying and praying. And if anybody can do some voodoo dances or whatever, let us know. We will participate. Some tribal dances, whatever we have to do to call in the rain gods and the justice gods and the equality gods and the common sense gods, whatever. Let's call in all the gods and let them help us out in this situation. You guys have a wonderful day. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Kamala's going to slaughter Pennsylvania. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. I hope so. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Stay safe. There's something else I say. Why am I forgetting? Wear your mask. Keep your distance. What's the... Oh, wash your hands. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you here tomorrow.